Santa's Village is a charming theme park in Muskoka, Canada. Here is Christmas year-round, and over the past few years, they have been rapidly expanding. So much so, that I think they are now the premier family theme park in all of Canada. I will explain why in this review. First, I want to clarify this video will only cover the location in Muskoka, Canada. There are a few other different Santa's Village theme parks across the United States, most notably the ones in Dundee, Illinois, and Jefferson, New Hampshire. While all these parks are themed to Christmas and coincidentally opened in the 1950s, they have completely different owners and setups. Canada's Santa's Village opened in 1955, but they have grown noticeably in recent years. This can be attributed to the Dunkley family, who purchased the park in 2016. They created a master plan for the park to establish it as the country's top theme park for kids and families. In their decade owning the park, they have added at least 8 new rides, most notably the Yeti Trek roller coaster in 2025. Then they even added a new themed area in 2024 with Wild Ridge. This addition was particularly well received, as it resulted in a whopping 32% attendance increase. Having seen that, I went into my visit expecting some crowds, especially since my lone visit was taking place on a beautiful summer Saturday. Thankfully, lines do not seem to be a major issue at this park. You could often board most things in less than 5 minutes, even the brand new Yeti Trek. A few rides had maybe 15 to 20 minute waits, such as the Peppermint Penguin Coaster, the bumper boats, and the tractors, but that is not bad at all. The nearby Canada's Wonderland, for example, routinely sees some of their family rides have waits hovering between 30 and 60 minutes. The only really bad wait at Santa's Village appears to be for Rudy's Racers, the park's go-kart track. So much so that there are signs warning about this near the main entrance and the ride itself. The wait can reach the hour mark in busy days. This is a combination of the ride's popularity, low capacity, and long cycle time. This is why they often close the queue early. So if you arrive early in the day, it is very wise to hit the go-karts first. Outside of that one line, you can have a relaxing and stress-free day, especially since this park is a wonderful atmosphere. It starts with the location. Muskoka is a scenic region in Canada anyway, but this park specifically is tucked in the woods, so there's plenty of shade. One side of the park is located alongside a river. This is nice to see, and the park even offers a riverboat cruise. The other side of the park is on a hill, and the park fully leans into this location by offering some hiking trails. That is a really unique offering you don't get at most theme parks. Then, as you'd expect, this park has all sorts of Christmas theming. This includes festive buildings and some cute character statues scattered about the park. And to top it off, the staff at this park is super friendly. I think that's one of the most important things with a family-friendly theme park. Everyone I saw seemed happy and sociable. They were also attentive, noticing whenever a kid felt uneasy before a ride. They would do their best to comfort and console them. Now let's run through the attraction lineup. One of the things I love about this park is that most rides are designed for kids and adults to experience together. Most rides are accessible to young kids. Many have no minimum height requirements. Then once kids hit the 40-inch mark, they can experience anything at this park. Then most rides here can comfortably seat adults alongside their kids. Compare that to most other parks that have rides specifically for kids that are off limits to adults. Santa's Village currently has 2 roller coasters. The larger and the better of the 2 is Yeti Trek. I think this is Canada's best family coaster, and I have a full review explaining why. Built by Vekoma, this is an ultra-smooth and dynamic coaster. It starts with a funky double down and a fun station flyby. Then the rest of the layout stays low to the ground, allowing it to maintain surprisingly fast pacing for a family coaster. This makes it exciting even for adults. But the forces are understandably light to keep it approachable for kids and those with gentler tastes. The other coaster is the Peppermint Penguin Coaster. This is an SPF Visa spinning coaster. It is the rarer 3-loop model. You have some small swooping drops, but you can get a decent spin throughout with an off-balanced car. Moving on to the non-coasters, this park has a half dozen flat rides. If you're a fan of spinning rides, the best of the bunch is Blitzen's Balloons. Using the center wheel, you can spin your balloon at a super fast rate. Then over in Wild Ridge, you have a Larson Flying Scooters and Fly Fishing. You can't snap the cables in this one, but I love the location by the water. Then, there's also the Falcon's Nest Drop Tower, where you manually hoist yourself to the top, which is always a neat twist. You also have plenty of scenic rides to take advantage of the park's location. The most notable is Santa's Summer Sleigh, which is that aforementioned riverboat cruise. The ride is roughly 15 to 20 minutes in duration. You go way outside the park's boundaries, past some vacation homes, before turning around. Alternatively, you have the Swan paddle boats that stay within the park in inlet. Candy Cane Express is a short train ride taking you through the center of the park. Moose on the Loose is a pony truck ride. This too is alongside the river. And you also pass some animal statues while hearing some delightfully lame dad jokes. Last but not least, there is Santa's Farm Tractors. This is a tracked car ride through a farm area. This not only passes some statues like the prior ride, but you also pass some real animals along the way. Then this park also has some offerings you would typically find at a family entertainment center. I already mentioned Rudy's Racers, which is the park's go-kart track. These aren't the fastest cars out there, but the course is interesting with the bridge and tunnel. In the back of the park, you have the Jolly Bumpers bumper boats. These ones are not too soaking, but you can get some fun splashes with a full-speed collision. Then, there's also a full miniature golf course, which is nicely landscaped like the rest of the park. And there's even a small ropes course in the Elves Island section of the park. Now I do need to note there's a far larger ropes course in the front of the park. However, this is actually part of the Muskoka Aerial Park instead of Santa's Village. It was temporarily closed when I visited, so I'm not sure the last time it has been available. Then this park also has a few playgrounds throughout the park. The usual Santa meet and greet at this type of park, and the unique elf school. The latter is a must for kids. You get an elf activity passport, and you can become an honorary elf. There also is an area to see reindeer, but the animals are not available during my visit. I also saw a theater, but I didn't notice any show times, so maybe this is only used in special occasions. Now a day ticket to this park costs 53 Canadian dollars, which is roughly 38 US dollars. That price applies to anyone above 36 inches tall. I think that's a fair price given this park's location, atmosphere, and the attractions, especially since things like go-karts and mini-golf are usually upcharges at other theme parks, but they're included and unlimited here. It is also worth noting that parking is free. There is a lot adjacent to the entrance, as well as an overflow lot across the street if needed. The park is typically open from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. Given the relatively short lines, you may not need a full day, but I could see young kids happily staying here open to close. If you're a coaster enthusiast just seeking the credits, you only need an hour tops. But I would recommend most people spend at least a half day here so you can also enjoy the atmosphere and some of those scenic rides. This is where the park really stands out in my opinion. It is quite easy to hit this park in the same day as Canada's Wonderland because they're roughly 1.5 to 2 hours apart by car. Since I only spent a half day here, I chose to eat outside the park. I did notice they had a handful of snack stands and counter service restaurants throughout the park. This includes chains like Pizza and Beaver Tails, as well as original locations, but I cannot speak to their quality and prices. If you're in the region for an extended stay, the park also has the Santa's Whispering Pines campground right next to it. This makes a lot of sense given the park's scenic location. The final thing to know is that my lone visit took place in the summer months. Fittingly, this park is open around Christmas, and I've heard that is a magical experience, as the already great atmosphere is only heightened around the holidays, and many attractions here are designed to operate in cooler climates. Yeti Trek, for example, can run temperatures as low as 14 degrees Fahrenheit or negative 10 degrees Celsius. That is insane. So, do I recommend this park? Yes, I do. is a charming park. The way it blends festive theming with nature is fantastic. It gives the park such a unique aesthetic. Add in a good headlining coaster and some scenic rides, and this park is well worth checking out regardless of your age. Then if you have kids, I think this park is a must. Between the atmosphere, attractions, and short wait times, there is not a better park for families in Canada. Those are my thoughts on Santa's Village in Muskoka, Canada. What are your thoughts on this park? Have you been there? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, I would appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you consider subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.